Hello, my name is Matt Denton. This is Mantis Hacks, and in a break from my normal giant Lego 3D printing projects, I'm down in my dad's workshop doing some carpentry. Let's take a look at what I've been up to. Well, I'm no carpenter, and I'm pretty sure my dad would agree, but I can do CAD work and I can make some pretty funky shapes using my CNC machine and this lovely Birch Plywood. And that means I can slot and tab things and line everything up nicely and then put holes in the sides to fix it together. And that enables me to make stuff like this, which makes me look like I'm a carpenter. So in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at how I made that. And to start with, let's take a look at my CNC machine setup, which is outside in its own trailer. So this is my rather crowded CNC trailer cabin. You can't really tell, but I'm actually in a mobile CNC horse box. If I just step out a minute. There we go. This is my mobile CNC workshop. Let's just go back inside, and it is massively cramped at the moment because I'm also using it for storage. So yeah, there's stuff everywhere. Usually I've got a little sander over here and a pillar drill in the corner. Storage. My mill is down on the floor. It's got nowhere to put it. This is the pacer machine over here. This is the Cadet 600 pacer. It's a beautiful machine. I've owned this for about 18 years now, and it's probably about 23 years old. This is the control computer for the pacer. I've got my laptop down here, which I'll be doing my CAD work on, and then bringing it into LibreCAD just to finish off the CAD files. And this is pretty much ready to go, so I've loaded this up, and this has got some outside and some inside layers, and some these ones aren't quite through, these are infills, so they're going about 6.5 mil deep. See why later on. I've got a piece of nice birch 12 mil ply loaded up, so we're ready to go. So first of all, start the vacuum bed up. You hear that winding up now. I've already calibrated the tool. There's a 4 mil cutter inside of here, which I've already calibrated to the bed, and so we're pretty much ready to go. Just need to send this to the stack. That's gone down to the control board, and hit go. Alright, let's leave that running. What I need to do next is just clean up these furry edges a little bit with a bit of sandpaper. Then I'm going to route the corner radiuses on, and then they're ready to start assembling.
That's annoying.
For a cleaner cut and less cleanup, I should have used one of these compression cutters, which has both a normal and reverse flute. Time to use this router with the round over bit in it. And I've set it so that it's flush with the top of the material, and then I can just run along the guide bearing on the edge, and it should give me a nice round 1/8 corner. That's all my bits ready, so I think we can start assembling. So I'm going to start down here with the base. Let's have a look. This is the rear section here, and these are like the internal supports, if you like, which also act as the drawer runner. The drawer slider support. Here's these notched out holes, and I've just put this middle section in. This is actually to hold the gas cylinder in place as an extra strapping point. So what I've done is, obviously you can see these little cutouts, and there's on the other side you'd have these pips like this. This is the beauty of having a CNC machine and CADing it all up. And so it kind of slots together like a jigsaw. And then I'm using these Confirmat screws, there we go, one of these things, and this is an M5 Confirmat screw. I've got all these little 4mm pilot holes everywhere, and then using a special drill piece, which is this, which basically goes through the pilot hole and then opens up this section so that it's wide enough to take the bigger part of the screw, and then leaves the threaded part at 4mm, which is the first part of the drill. Really nice little unit that. So nice and simply, just follow all the pilot holes through, which go into the side of the plywood. You can see a hole there, and then wind the Confirmats in, which is a really nice system, I think, and seems to be working well. So I'm going to crack on and build the rest of this. Now there's a hinged shelf on this side that I need to check, so actually I'm going to build one side and leave this side off, just so I can check this setup first. The idea is I've got a couple of these, let's bring that up, a couple of these brackets which are going to open up and give me a shelf to sort of, you know, prepare your food on and stuff. The cooker's going to go up here. But this is a really tricky thing to get right, and I had to CAD these really accurately, so I don't know whether this is going to work, but I'm going to fit it and have a look. Now, in order for this shelf to work in here, like so, I have to take this edge off here with a chamfer cutter. So I've put that into the router, there it is, and we'll take that edge off, which gives it clearance as it's folding back up inside. There's our chamfered edge. Hope I've done it on the right side. I think that's right. So I've got some recessed screw holes in the back. Again, if this all lines up, it will be a miracle. Now I'm going to fix these brackets onto the shelf with these, which are hinge screws or Euro screws, various names, but they're just short, stubby screws, and they should do the job just right. Let's have a look. Now, the first thing that's going to tell me if I've succeeded on this is that the shelf should fit underneath here with about 2mm of clearance. So, fingers crossed. Hey, that's looking pretty good. Now the next trick is I've got to attach these 3 holes through the back of these hinges with more Euro screws, and then see if it shuts with enough clearance. Okay, it's the moment of truth. How well did I CAD these hinges up? I'm almost reluctant to try it. Didn't work. So I can see that the whole lid needs to go further up this way. I must have CAD the hinges up incorrectly. Probably this top part here, this bit, I think is correct because all of this is lined up pretty well. And then I have to go back to the drawing board. That's why I only cut one of these so far. Oh well, I'll try again. I've got the new shelf cut, so let's take this one off, put this one on, fingers crossed. Now you might wonder why I just didn't re-drill these holes in this existing lid and adjust it here. It's because 1, I'm a perfectionist, which is annoying, and 2, I want to get the CAD files right in case I have to replicate it. The beauty of having your own CNC machine is that you can make adjustments like this on the fly. But I do realise that that is a luxury. And this is the moment of truth. Slightly nervous. Oh, like a glove. That is lovely. That's why it's worth changing the CAD file and getting it right. So the only other thing I could change is these hinges. When they go back inside, this bit is on a spring and it just pushes against here. Now it doesn't seem to push the lid out too much, and to be honest I should probably add a magnetic catch down the bottom here somewhere anyway, but I'm just wondering whether I notch out a bit, at least on one side. This side has got this strap point, but I can always notch around and make it bigger. But I might just adjust that before I cut the other side and see if it's any better. Okay, that's better. There you go, so now the catch just disappears into that hole. So now all I need to do is add some magnetic catches and then hopefully the shelf will just stay in place. Cool, that's all the cutting done I think, and the two sides are done now with the extra slots, so I reckon I'm ready to put it together. Let's do it. This is a trend tool designed for Confirmat screws. So it's got a 4mm drill bit and then a 5mm bit and then a countersink as well if you want it. Here's the Confirmat screws. So they have a shoulder, a 5mm, and then the 4mm pilot hole that allow the thread to dig in. That went together really nicely and I'm very pleased with the results. Let's take a look. So the door's working on both sides now. I don't know if you can see, but there's those catches hidden inside of there now, which means the door doesn't jam when it hits the sides. I'm still going to make the drawer for the front yet, and I don't have the runners. They haven't turned up yet, so it's slightly worrying that yeah, they're not going to fit, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And obviously I made this using that tab and slot technique, and you can see them all in the back there. I quite like seeing them poking through, but on the front face I did do recessed tabs like that. There we go, so that the front face is clean. If you're wondering what these little holes are in the top here, well, they're not holes actually, they're recesses. There we go. That is for my Cadet cooker. So I basically measured up the feet on the bottom of the cooker so that, there you go, it sits in those holes, stop it from slipping about. And then the side hole is for the gas pipe to disappear down through there. And the reason why I've got them on both sides is because I like the idea of being able to pull this out the back of the van, and you can cook from either side. So you could cook on the inside underneath the tailgate, or you can cook on the outside of the tailgate. And if you're doing that, you can flip this round and put the gas hose back down the other side. Boom. There's the drawer done. That went together super easy. In fact, it's holding itself together at the moment just with these tabs, but I'm going to put the screws in and then just finish off the edges with the router. Nice. Well, here's the fitted drawer. Let's take a little look at this. All the holes lined up on the runners, which was good, and it's also got a soft closer. The next thing to do is install the water, electrics and gas, and of course mount it to the sliding base that goes into the back of my van. The sliding base and Mark II Kombi bed that I've built I shall cover in a follow-up video. Of course there's bound to be things I'm going to want to change about this configuration, but before I do that I'm going to take it away for a week's camping and see how it performs in the field. Do check out my other videos on the channel. There's lots of giant Lego 3D printing projects. I've also got the Kombi bed that I was making for my van, which I'll do a second version of, because once I've got it all installed on the Mark II version, I shall remake a video. And don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which is @MantisRobot. Bye.